Hi everybody, this is to help you with CR number 6, the extended response. By the time you get done with this helper video, I'm hoping that you will have a little bit better of an idea of how to write those equations and solve them when you're working with word problems. For part A, this should match part A on the extended response. B will match B, C will match C, etc. So just hopefully follow along with this and you should be able to answer those questions with ease. First, I'll start by reading and underlining important information, and then we will go ahead and write the equation. It says Snapchat is now changing their policy on pricing. They are going to start charging Snapchatters 8 cents per snap that is posted. If you post 40 Snapchats per day, how much money will you spend daily on your posts? Write and solve an equation to find out the daily rate. Okay, so you're looking for the daily rate. I'm going to underline some important information. First of all, they are charging Snapchatters 8 cents per snap, okay? So that means one snap costs 8 cents, and what I'm dealing with here is 40 Snapchats per day. That's how much I'm actually doing on the app. So if I am being charged 8 cents per snap, and I'm doing 40 Snapchats per day, I can go ahead and add 8 cents over and over again to reach that 40 Snapchats. Or, as most of you probably know, repeated addition is also known as multiplication. So I can take that 40 Snapchats per day that I am posting, and if I multiply it by the amount that each Snapchat is, it will give me the total amount that I'm paying for Snapchat. I'm going to call this X because I don't know what that is. Now, if you don't have a calculator, you can go ahead and show your work. But I highly suggest that in your calculator, you just put 40 times 0.08 and you'll get 3.2. But if you get 3.2, remember we're talking about money, so we have to write this as $3.20. Now remember, we have to label this. So this would be Snapchat cost. So let me erase this, because I'm just going to make it a $sign, and all I'm going to write after that is per day, because it's $3.20 per day. Now remember, when you have a word problem, you should definitely label your answer with correct units. So that would be $3.20 per day. Let's look at letter B. Letter B says Snapchat is offering a different plan for posting on their site. So now we can go to this new plan. So we're going to try to see which one is a better deal. It says they are offering a one-time payment of $120 per month for up to 800 Snapchat posts. How much will you be paying per snap on their site? Write and solve an equation to find out the cost per post. Excuse me. So what we need to know is this. First of all, I am paying a total of $120 per month. So I know something is going to equal what I'm paying, and that is that total of $120 per month. I know that the number of Snapchat posts that I'm allowed to have is 800. Now the issue is I don't know how much each post cost. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write let X, because remember, I'm writing an equation, so I should identify my variable, equal the cost. And I'm going to do that with a $sign. That's the cost per post or per snap. So I'm going to go ahead and write that out. Sorry, I'm writing so slow. You hopefully can do this a little bit faster now that we've been online long enough. And this is a $sign if you cannot read it. Now, if I have 800 posts, and I know I'm going to take that number, I'm going to multiply it by a certain cost, which I'm now calling X because that's the cost per snap. That is going to give me my total value that I'm paying in that month, which is $120. Now I want to know how much it is per snap, because I want to know, is this a better deal than the last one? The last one I was paying 8 cents per snap. This one I want to know, is this a better deal? So in order to solve this problem, I'm going to change colors here so you can see my work better. I know that 800 is attached to my variable by multiplication. I'm going to go ahead and divide by 800 so that I can get that X by itself. Anything I do to one side of the equal sign, I do to the other. These 800s divide out to be a fancy form of 1, which is awesome because that's what I want, 1x. Now, what I want you to do is in your calculator, remember, you're punching it in exactly how you see it. 120 divided by 800. Now this one ends up being 0.15. Now remember, we're talking about money, so I'm going to put a $sign here. What does that 15 cents represent? Well, if I go back up to my let statement, it represents the cost per snap. So for this one, it's 15 cents per snap. Now the other one was 8 cents per snap, correct? So let me tell you, this is not the better deal. I would go for the other one because, hey, you might be doing it less or more, but you might be saving money. So this is the answer to part B. Now remember, I have an equation up here, which is what you need, and a way to solve that equation to find my answer. All of those things need to be done on your extended response. Let's look at letter C. Letter C says Snapchat is offering a third payment plan. You will pay $20 to purchase the app and then the going rate of 8 cents per snap. If you have a budget of $200 to spend per month on Snapchat, how many snaps can you make? Oh boy, there's a lot of information here. So let's start underlining. First of all, I'm going to be paying $20 to purchase the Snapchat app just to begin with, okay? No matter what, before I even start snapping, I am paying the $20. Then I'm going to be having a going rate of that 8 cents per snap. Okay, that's important information as well. That's how much it is per snap. I have a budget of $200. What that means is no matter how many snaps I make, it has to only total $200. That's all I have to spend is $200 per month on Snapchat. Now it's saying how many snaps can I make? That's my let statement. My let statement is always that last part of my word problem, the question part. So down here, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make a text box with my let statement because I just feel like it might be easier for you guys to read, okay? So let x equal, remember it says how many snaps you can make. So the number of snaps I can make in a month. That is my let statement. I'm going to go ahead and move that right up here so you can see it. All right, now I know that I'm making 8 cents per snap. So if you want to look at this let x statement, it says the number of snaps I can make. Well, I have two numbers here. I have $20 and I have 8 cents. Which one describes the number of snaps? Which one represents the unit rate for the number of snaps that I'm making? Hopefully you're telling me it's 8 cents because up here you'll notice it says 8 cents per snap, which means it's a unit rate. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put that 8 cents right over here. And it's per snap. Well, the number of snaps is represented by the letter X. So if it's per snap, it's going to be multiplied by that number of snaps that I will make. Okay, to get the total cost for those snaps. What else am I paying though? Hopefully you're noticing up here before I even started using Snapchat, I had to buy the Snap app for $20. So not only am I paying the 8 cents per snap, which is this first part of my equation, but I have to add to it the $20 that I'm paying for the app on top of it. Okay, hopefully you will see that. This is my equation. It is now a two-step equation. I'm going to change colors so that we can see how to solve this problem now. First thing I do, make my ladder because I'm going to work my way down that ladder to get to the end result, which hopefully is the cost per snap. Or I'm sorry, which will be the number of snaps that I have made. First thing I do is I look for the constant, which is the 20. I do the opposite of adding 20, which is subtracting 20. Anything I do to one side, I do to the other side of the equal sign. Remember, I am doing this because I want x by itself. I want to know the number of snaps I can make per month. I then zero this out, and I have left on this side 0.08 times X, which is that number of snaps, and that equals 200 minus 20, which is 180. All right, now I know that these two are attached. Let me change colors. These two are attached by multiplication. I need to get X by itself. So in order to have X by itself, I do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. And anything I do to one side of the equal sign, I'm going to do to the other side of the equal sign. This becomes a fancy form of 1 because anything divided by itself is 1, and that's what I want, 1x. Now in your calculator, be careful. You want to make sure you put the 180 in first because that's on top, divided by 0.08. That's 2,250 is what I got when I divided that out. Now listen, how am I going to label that answer? Well, if I go back to my X, right, what does it represent? The number of snaps you can make. So how would I label that? 2,000, I'm going to do this as a text box just so it's easier to read, but I can make 2,250 snaps per month. There you go. I've solved that equation. Go ahead and try it, and hopefully you work through it. Have a great day. Good luck.